We live, y'all. Man, oh man, oh man. I wanted to talk about this. I had just seen it and I was like, damn. We're going to look at two videos today, okay? But before we get started, I want to, of course, listen to some music while we let people enter the room. So today we're going to listen to Kalani. This is Change Your Life. Let's get it.
I heard that you a gangster. Not one to try to say, but always focus on your paper. Don't got time to wager with your heart. I'm trying to switch up your cadence. Book flights and vacations. Tequila and relations. Kissing on new places. Oh, baby, let me change your life. You wanna see? Can be anything you want, baby, let me change your life. You ought to be anything. Baby, I can make you right. You wanna see that you can be anything you want, baby, let me change your life. You wanna be anything. You could be anything, everything. I'm not saying that you incomplete, but just imagine what we'd be if we became one. You deserve someone that'll take you to another level. Let me put you on. You got so much potential, I really am fucking with you. Just open your heart. I'm trying to get you right, take you to the other side. Baby, let me change your life. See, be anything you want, baby. Let me change your life. You ought to be anything. Baby, I can make you right. You wanna see, you can be anything you want, baby. Let me change your life. You wanna be anything. You could be anything, everything. Wanna be a lover, I can teach you love, yeah. Wanna be a hubby, you can wife me up. Wanna be a chef, gonna spice it up. Wanna be a boxer, beat it up, don't ever need no glove. Wanna retire, different bitches, your lifestyle. You still be models, IG honeys all shaped like bottles. But now you're seeing that it's more than body, face, and smile. You see me and you look beyond it, you feel inspired. I'm here to excel with you, here to break bread with you, here to travel the world and sleep in different beds with you, here to make revenue, no it's impressing you. Baby, let me change your life. You wanna see that you can be anything you want, baby, let me change your life. You ought to be anything, baby, I can make you right. You wanna see that you can be anything you want, baby, let me change your life. You wanna be anything, you could be anything, everything.
All right. So that was the homegirl Kalani. Man, her music is fire. You can find the link to her channel in the description. But today, okay, we got to talk about this, y'all, for real. It's going to be some petty moments. And I just wanted to point some shit out about what Brother Polight is doing. I have not kept my eye off of him. And I did get some requests to look back into him a little bit more, whatever. And two videos over the last, I say, week kind of stuck out to me, but I didn't want to be petty. But since y'all asking, we could take a look, okay? Now, one incident is the hotel, and another incident is where Polight is continuing his scam bam situation. It may have changed a little bit, but it's the same shit. So we gonna look at that today. I'm not gonna cam up because I got my PJs on and shit. And to respect my king, I ain't want to do that, okay? Because in reality, I've been all through these YouTube streets today, okay? And I'm supporting a lot of people checking out people's channel for the first time. And that's what I was going to do today. But then I read my emails, right? Some of them. I ain't get to all of them because, oh my God, there was so many. But I'm going to get to you. But a couple just stuck out to me just right away because I was actually going there looking for something else. Another content creator had sent me some information on another case, and I wanted to look into that. I've also been just looking at, cases here and there, or looking at certain information. I'm continuing to look at the Travis Scott situation, and after last night, I kind of feel like we gonna have to talk about it. But we're not gonna do it right now, okay? Because I really, really, really want to get that case out of the way with the little boy in Texas, little black boy at that. I say that because I recently was slandered and lied on and said that I advocate the death of little black boys, which is definitely not true. I have black children myself. However, little black boys and stuff like that, right? So, I wanted to, let me cue this up while I'm just running my motherfucking mouth. I wanted to also come here today, even though I kind of it ain't like I didn't feel like it, like my spirits is up and everything. I'm fine. But, I just really, you know what I mean? I just felt like just chilling or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I want to take a look at, and I'm going to, let me get ready to screen share this. Y'all. Okay? Y'all. What the fuck is Polight doing, bro? What the fuck is Polight doing, you guys? Okay? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Joe. Shout out to Astro Kid. Shout out to Danielle. Lavina. Shay. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Tomas. Hopefully the notification will go out to more people. Looks like some people just joined us. Shout out to you guys too. Those of you that are in the clouds and for whatever reason don't drop down. But we're going to take a look at this. And I ain't here to cloud chase. I'm really honestly here to be messy. Okay? Shout out to Tasha. I like the spelling of that name. I hope I pronounced it right. But I wanted to take a look at some things because I don't want y'all to think that just because I'm kind of feeling unsure about a certain person that likes to strike down my actual content because they don't like me. And that actual content that I'm speaking of is the ones where I'm out here advocating for the protection of children. I know the reason why now said person attacks my content, but I'm not going to be petty. I recently had spoken out I just want this shit to end so I can go back to my shit. 3 years is enough. You know what I mean? It's going on 3 years. And I just want to get back to my stuff. But I want to tell you guys, I want to warn you guys, even besides this Brother Polight thing, I have a playlist of some of the most fucked up shit. And I said the other day that I wanted to, I've been doing inventory of what we've done over the last few years and how severe the content is. And my intentions in my content, okay, is not to glorify crime in any way. I actually went to school for law. I did not completely graduate yet. However, it's something that's always interested me. However, I've also been on the other side of the law too. So I'm also a Libra, and that's why at certain times you may see my Scorpio side come out because I was born on the cusp, and I'm also a Libra. But I wanted to weigh the scales today with the royal family. Shout out to One Community. I had recently just added you, King, into what the fuck is it called? My my feature channel playlist. I'm sorry for the pop. I know y'all that wear headphones probably hate when I do that, but it happens sometimes. But I added you in there, King, because you helped me locate my niece. You helped me, on the journey to it. It was quite a journey. I also added Sister Nandy, Sister Noble, and several other people. So if you don't know, I also have 4 channels. Not you, but I'm just telling everybody else. So you might want to just look at my page, go to the other portions, like where it says video, community, channels, things like that, and you will see a wide variety of other people's channels as well as mine. And I will continue to update it. The list may get long. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't want to get it all into that yet. But I really want to just start, you know, supporting people that are actually doing something in the community. I know that drama is big on YouTube, but we got to get back to the basics, y'all. Like, for real, when I think about all the times that when I was dragging somebody for no apparent reason, just because they got on my nerves or something, and I was not focused on what I came to YouTube to do, it actually pisses me off. So, we gonna get back to what I like to do, which is kind of also being messy in the same way. Because I'm finna drag the fuck out this nigga. Shout out to Alicia as well. Like I said, shout out to those in the clouds. But we gonna take a look at this Brother Polight video, which is 15 minutes flat. And then we're also gonna watch another 32-minute video where Polight you know, he's not talking about the case. I'm not finna lie. I'm not finna come up here and flex. And that's why I really have left the Polight content alone for a little bit, because I'd rather rev up like when he has court or when something does come out, rather than just come here and beat a dead dog and just tell you about how I don't like him and make fun of him. I'd rather actually drop gems at the same time. Y'all tell me if you like that or however you like it. You can email me at Gmail. Damn, I forgot my whole damn shit. But queensthrone9, the number 9 at gmail.com. And, or, you know, DM me or whatever. If you got my number, let me know. Sometimes I like to hear from you guys. Often I like to hear from you guys and how you guys feel about the direction of my channel. Not that I'm just gonna change because, you know, y'all like it, but I've had some moderators for some years, and the channel has grown recently over the last you know, I'd say about 4 or 5 months. And I don't want to forget about them. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to forget about them. So shout out to them. Anyway, if y'all don't know, right, Brother Polight and this guy that he's with, that you're gonna hear in the video, went to some hotel. Now, I can't tell you exactly where they at, because, you know, if it wasn't, I'm just saying, I wasn't trying to be petty. But they went to this hotel, and allegedly they got a room and were staying at the room, must have left the room to go somewhere else, maybe get something to drink, you know, shopping like Polight likes to do. And then when they came back to the room, their stuff was not there. And of course, they were very upset. Polight claims, I think about $5,000 was lost. However, he claims like several things, as well as, you know, pieces of property. But also, he claims that some of his cards are gone, this, that, and the fifth. But my spidey senses was tingling, because when he dropped the number 5,000 and he's talking about credit cards, that would mean that the money that he has on the credit card that he has access to must be pretty low if he's also shouting out all of these other things. Now, he also claims that his ID was one of the things, and those red bottom hats that they like so much, his friend had ultimately allegedly lost his for the time being. Now, all this is allegedly, because we don't know if this dude is like live action role playing, right? He could be in LARP mode right now, just playing in our face. But I thought it was important for us to kind of keep an eye on him, at least along the way, and do that. Shout out to Emperor Thrones and Tyrant's Bane. Like I said, when it comes back to people that have been supporting me for a long time, of course, my king has behind the scenes, but now he's coming forward. And Tyrant's Bane has been here for a long time, as well as Alicia and several other people, Danielle as well. So, I want to take a look at this video and apologize in advance, because I'm probably going to be petty as hell. I've been smoking on some good green, and I just felt like, why not? Like, why miss out on a good day? Like, even though I don't want to be on camera, nothing's wrong. Like, the only reason why I want to be on camera is because I kind of look like a snack. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want my man to be offended. Okay? So, we just gonna do it like this for today. Okay? But, girl, yes, Alicia, he meant $50. Okay? Let's take a look at this, though. I'm gonna shut my motherfucking ass up. But salute to everybody that's here.
He's trying to file a replacement. He's these wacky ass niggas out here, man. Some real fish market shit. Giving us the runaround.
Well, first of all, he's not locked up yet because, you know, justice, you know what I'm saying, takes time. When you go to court, you see what I'm saying? If you bail out, you have that time period until your court date progresses. Oftentimes people continue court dates for a while so they could push back the inevitable. I'm definitely not saying though that he'll be, you know, spending the rest of his life in prison if this is the only case that they have. However, ultimately, I hope that he has to register as a sex offender, and I hope that other victims come forward. But his next court date is December 3rd of this year, so that's not nowhere. So we might as well start warming up, you know what I mean? Exercising and stretching on this Polight situation, because all of these things are coming. I've covered cases where it took about 4 years, or, you know, even like just a few years. I even covered a case before where it took 7 years for them to ultimately get to the bottom and for the trial to come in. So depending on the moves that they make on either side of, you know, the whole thing and what the judge say and all that, it could take, we don't know. And I'm not finna sit here and lie, but I'm just saying, let's get into it.
Constantly giving us the runaround. You know, we never checked out our fucking room. When we come back to the room is clean. All my stuff is missing. My clothes is missing. My credit cards and shit is missing. The toothbrush and toothpaste is missing. My underwear is missing. I mean, literally, some stuff wasn't even together. So literally,
y'all, they done stole this nigga toothpaste, okay? Even though his teeth been yellow as hell on several occasions, and I think he deserves some charges for that.
They took all my stuff, put it up, and took it out the room. The hotel's acting like they don't know what happened. They're acting like they don't have a clue what's going on. I've been getting a runaround for damn near 36 hours now.
Now, it is true that he had to allegedly spend the night. Okay, so basically they comped him again, or he just, you know, because at this time, 36 hours before, that's when he had walked in the room and discovered that his toothpaste and all this other shit that he's gonna, you know, get into is missing, right? And then he goes down to the desk and he tells them that there's a problem, and then they compensate him, right? Now, we don't know the whole time this nigga is a certified, registered, A1 approved scammer. You feel what I'm saying? So he could be pulling their leg and just on some bullshit like, oh, pity me, here's a topic to talk about, also for social media, so people could look at me, okay? I'm being abused as, you know what I mean? It's weird, but let's get it.
So now enough is enough. I'm supposed to been leave and everything, and we be waiting here patient and keep being told something different. So I'm about to turn it up on him. I'm just waiting for my man. He's calling the police, you know what I'm saying, so we can file his report.
He's calling the police. Y'all don't remember when Polight was talking about the white man this and the white man that? And now he runs to the very system, y'all, that he once shunned. It's just crazy how when Hollywood hits you, niggas change. You know what I mean?
But this is crazy. You can't just have somebody go in your fucking room and everything just start disappearing. And then, yo, it's not stolen, it's lost and found. Okay.
So this nigga spends several thousands of dollars on an outfit or a portion, an article of an outfit, like an item, a shirt, a pair of pants, some shoes, whatever. But the room that he was staying in didn't have a safe in that motherfucker. I mean, at least for your most valuable shit.
So we like, we gonna wait. Okay, the person you gotta talk to, come back, see them in an hour. Okay, we wait, we come back in an hour. We're gonna talk to you. Security's looking for you at your room. Okay, we wait at the room. No security come. Okay, security comes an hour later to the room. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna check for you guys at the lost and found. I'm like, okay. Never hear back from him for 45 minutes. We call. It's clear no one's talking. It's clear everyone's just saying anything. So we like, yo, fam, what's up? Why you keep spinning us around? All right, so the next move. Oh, okay. What you got to do now, we see what happened. The person who extended your stay made it look like you didn't check out, so they took your stuff. So we like, where's our stuff? Oh, it's locked up in another room. You got to come back here 6 a.m., but we can mail it out to you. We're like, nah, don't.
Right, I thought he was an OG Crip. Why would he need to? Thank you, Moon Rocker. Thank you so much. Why would he need to go to the police? And now he with the system. And when I say that he's Hollywood, I don't mean like a celebrity. I mean a leech, you know. He was leeching in that community. And I think that a lot of celebrities got by Polight, but they're embarrassed to come out.
Don't mail it out. We'll just stay here and pick it up, and we'll be delayed. So then what happens?
He might
come here 6 a.m. It's another story. Oh, who told you that? Yo, where the fuck is our stuff? You told us.
If the judge, Lavina, if the judge had placed a bail on the case, you know what I mean? Like, it was a way that he could bail out, then there's no way that they can keep him in there at that time. It was all up to the judge. You see what I'm saying? So that would be an issue that we would have to take up with the judge. And furthermore, this is an issue because even when sentenced, a lot of the people that even have his same crime, like he's looking at over 40 years max. But they're very lenient when it comes to children being abused. And I think that that's something that we need to address in reality. You know what I mean? It's not just the predators. They fucked up, definitely. But ultimately, it's also the criminal system. Why does somebody that molests a child or abuses a child get off lighter than, you know, some of these other crimes? I know people that sold a little dope. You know, nobody died or nothing. I'm not here to glorify, but I'm just keeping it real. And they got more time than somebody that ultimately changed a child's life for the rest of their life. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying?
It's here, it's not stolen. So now we getting to run around again today. This is like who's the person that went in the room? Start off with that. Contact the person that cleaned the room, and let's start from there and see what they may have done. I ain't even asking for their name or their identity, but the hotel should at least say, yo, who was on that floor? Who cleaned the room? Because I came into a...
Even with DNA, he would still have his days in court. This is going to be several more court dates. You know what I mean? Unless he goes to this court date and just demands a speedy trial, then I here, like if it was here, they would have 90 days to bring you to speedy trial, and then, you know, your case could hurry up and get done. But a lot of the times, especially when people bail out and they have money, they like to push it as long as they need to, get continuances or add motions, only, you know, for it to take time for them to get dismissed.
Room with brand new bed sheets and all my shit missing.
And I mean the motions dismissed, not the charges.
Like, enough is enough. I was waiting for my man to get off the phone here. Let's see what they say. Are they bringing some?
It all really depends if they run his shit consecutive or concurrent, if he's found guilty, right? Basically, you know what I mean? One is like they give them a whole bunch of years or whatever, and they serve them all at the same time. And the other one is where they give them, you know, a whole bunch of years for each charge, but they have to, you know what I'm saying, serve it sentence after sentence. So let's say he gets like 4 years on one charge, 6 on another, 8, you know what I mean? Then he has to serve each one. That's the difference. And like I said, they need to be more strict about this instead of being lenient. That they need to put, you know, make a stand, but they don't care though.
Somebody? I'm about to go crazy. This like, if you don't even know the half of how much times they kept pushing this shit off. And then on top of it, they thought we was gonna wait in line. My man was respectful. He waited in this long ass line. It was a long ass line yesterday. He waited damn near an hour in the line to be spun around. Are they bringing police or no?
They're not.
Is the police coming, or we got to do some shit to bring the police
We
in?
gotta do some shit to bring.
All right, so you get off the phone with them since they don't give a fuck either. Come on,
But hold on.
Get fuck.
Now I want you to watch this. Allegedly, this man is so sophisticated, classy. He about his money and all this. Now his boy just got off the phone. They're not sending the police or whatever they told him, right? So Polight is about to allegedly turn the fuck up in this hotel. So this is hilarious.
I need police to come here because it does.
What we supposed to do when our shit is stolen? Who the fuck we supposed to call?
Bro.
Who we supposed to call if our shit is stolen?
Hold on.
That's the guy whose fucking IDs and credit cards and everything is missing, and these motherfuckers over here acting like it's nothing.
Okay, so he just said, wait a minute, let's go back. Cause did she ask him who's that yelling? Yes, she did. Okay, I do.
That's the guy whose fucking IDs and
Hold on, I want to just make sure.
Fuck them.
I need police to come here because it does.
What we supposed to do when our shit is stolen? Who the fuck we supposed to call?
Bro.
Who we supposed to call if our shit is stolen?
Hold on.
Okay, she did say who's yelling in the background. Now he claims that his ID, his credit cards, and all this other shit is stolen, including toothpaste. Now I don't know if his toothpaste is made out of gold, you know what I mean? But normally you wouldn't include that or give a fuck about that when more expensive things are missing. Also remember, the alleged amount of everything missing is worth $5,000. But he got racks though, right?
That's the guy whose fucking IDs and credit cards and everything is missing, and these motherfuckers over here acting like it's nothing. So I'm trying to call police so I don't gotta go crazy. We can't even get police to come here. The fuck is this? We trying to get police here so we don't gotta fucking escalate the situation. It's fucking stupid. Yo, just record, man. Just while you talk to her, just record. Follow me while I'm talking, son. If you don't get somebody in, motherfucker, you start doing
Say it one more time.
They've been doing this shit for 36 hours. 36 fucking hours.
In the front lobby,
I'm looking for my shit.
waiting. He's
Somebody gotta talk to me, yo.
he's waiting to get his items back.
Where the manager at? Where's somebody at, man? I've been dealing with this shit for fucking 36 hours, man. My black card stolen. My AX metal card stolen. My clothes fucking stolen.
There in the front lobby.
Another room. It's locked up. It's not stolen. Talk to someone at 6 a.m. I've been talking to somebody for a day and a fucking half now. Fucking tired of shit. Stop spinning.
The
Is my
hotel
shit
staff,
stolen?
because
Or is it in the room?
it's been 2 days.
I was
We
told
gotta
to
leave
talk to somebody
today.
named Amelia.
It's
Is he talking about his black card like the community or a black card? Because I'm wondering.
we
Now
over
y'all don't know what the
$5,000
fuck
worth
that
of items stolen out the room.
Y'all try to buy me with some $25 food and drink fucking card. My black card is missing. My clothes is missing. I never checked out my room. I got new.
So they compensated him $25. Now it's not funny if somebody loses some of their belongings while staying at a hotel. That's not my point. But allegedly, this was one of the leaders in the conscious community. And note that he also tried to, he's upset because the police would not come to his aid after he said, fuck the police and fuck the white man. And he know white people work for the police department, right?
Bed sheets. New bed sheets, but all my shit missing. I've been doing the fucking quiet
If you
call
can.
all day. Call the police or something.
Say that one more time.
How you handle it? This how you
Right.
handle it? Y'all said y'all was gonna mail my shit. If I'm not here today, y'all mail it.
Everybody
If I would've
black.
left,
We're
y'all
both
would've mailed
black.
shit.
Bell.
Everybody you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
30.
Fucking Swiss management.
Light, medium.
Why they
I mean, great point, Lavina. Where did that go? Somebody come get your man. Now, Lavina, this man has several wives allegedly. Where the fuck is they at? Why they ain't call him, text him, motherfucking teleport to his ass? What is going on? Just like SANETER is being, run amok by, Nepal and other people that he has linked with recently. This has already been called out by several people, but why is he acting like this? And where is his wives? Like, nobody is calling him? Do they not know? It's 4 of these bitches, allegedly, right? But none of them are watching this social media or any of this play out, because this was streamed on his Instagram from his profile. They not, trying to call the other dude Where they not coming down from the room? Where are they at?
Tell me, talk to this person, Amelia Arnold. Who's that?
I don't know.
Who's Amelia Arnold? Who's that?
You don't know how your friend's here?
No.
They told
Can you
somebody.
please have staff come here?
Told us
Because
yesterday, come at 6 a.m. I said definitely.
I really think that he did pull a scam. Because if you think about it, if he complains about these cards that really in reality never probably existed or any of this shit, okay, the woman probably went in there and cleaned the room. All their stuff was probably there. We don't know if this nigga lying. So he gets compensated for another night. Because let's say, you know, that he didn't have no money or something had happened to where maybe his funds were frozen or something, right? Maybe one of his wives just went on, you know what I'm saying, one of these ghetto ass websites and bought herself a lot of $15 dresses and spent all his money up. Maybe he didn't have enough to pay for that next hotel night. So they concocted this plan. We're going to say that our stuff is missing so we can get compensated. And then we're also going to put on a big ass, you know, spectacle or whatever for social media to get some attention so Polight can also claim that he's being victimized.
Locked in different rooms that y'all have no access to. So I said if it's an emergency, how come my shit?
I'm right here in the front stop. Just bring cops here. I don't.
I'm sorry to keep stopping it, but I want you to understand, you know what I mean? I didn't have a chance to like edit this video or nothing like that. I was kind of like, fuck it, let's just do this. So the operator says, what color pants and shirt is your friend wearing? Now they not worried about what the hotel did because this man is in this hotel room, this hotel lobby acting ignorant as hell. Now they want to, like, they finna, if they would have pulled up on the scene, this shit could have been a whole confrontation. Another thing I want to point out is how many people still blindly follow this man and would, you know, do that same behavior in an event that may happen to them in a business, and then it ends fucked up. See, when you have like millions of people allegedly and you're a leader and all that, you got to stand for certain shit. You got to, you know, put your best foot forward and, you know, show and prove. Show the black community how to act in certain situations. Remember, this man is sophisticated and classy. Don't forget that.
I don't understand all these fucking questions. You're making me annoyed. I'm here in a red bottom hat. I have a red bottom hat on. You keep asking these questions. Bring somebody the fuck here. Now you're getting me mad. You keep asking me all these fucking questions. Just bring police here. You're fucking police. You're fucking police. So come to me.
Oh, Astro Kid thinks that, and this might be right. I ain't coming for you or nothing, but thinks that the hotel may have known this was staged. Or what? Are you saying that the wives may have known it was staged? That could be true too. I feel that.
Front desk. You're making me mad because you're asking dumbass questions. I need a. You know, what I'm wearing is a red shirt. I'm wearing a red shirt, a red bottom hat, and Balenciaga red shoes, red and black shoes. I'm in the lobby. You can understand what I'm saying. I'm wearing black pants. I'm wearing black shoes. I'm wearing a red shirt, and I'm wearing a hat that has a red bottom. I'm wearing a red bottom hat. So that's what I'm wearing. I'm on the phone with you.
They be so proud of them hats. I'm wearing a red bottom hat. That hat is not called a red bottom hat. It's the designer is a black male, allegedly. That's what Polight had claimed. I never looked into it or whatever, but I'm just saying it's not a red bottom hat. And why is it always about these fucking hats? Like, it's weird.
I'm wearing red shirt. I'm wearing black pants. It's me. I'm talking about me. I'm wearing red shirt. He's not yelling. He's not yelling at all. He's talking to staff now. I'm talking about me now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't understand what I'm saying. Nobody's yelling anymore. Now we're discussing the situation. We started off yelling. We're not yelling no more. So I really need police to come. Your police department. I don't understand what the fuck is going on. Are they coming right now? That's all I need to know. Is somebody coming? Is somebody else coming? No, there's nothing going on here. I just woke up in the morning.
He said, I just woke up in the morning.
No, none of that. None of that's going on. It's nothing belligerent. Nothing. And total.
I mean, he's saying there's nothing belligerent and all that, but he's still up here yelling in, you know, I don't know if this is an elegant hotel, you know what I mean? But this dude kind of look, you know what I mean? It don't look like the Red Roof Inn and shit, obviously, right? But he is yelling in this establishment either way. He did just pop shit off because he didn't get his way with the police coming. But he could have went to that desk again and came to them in a calm manner or whatever if his shit was stolen. I don't think that any of his shit was stolen. I apologize, y'all. My allergies is acting up too.
In total, it adds up to $5,000.
That's what they told me. Come back 6 a.m.
Ryan Campbell, RyanCampbell.
He said his name is Ryan Campbell. I'm wondering if he's related to Hassan and shit.
323-608-1143.
I'm showing you in vain. So now this morning, I said, yo, brother, go down and talk to them. I don't want to all the time.
He's not yelling. He's disgusting.
Oh, this could be a backdrop. It could. These desks look weird kind of too. You see how they're not together? And there's a little space here. Like, is this a door that like comes open? Like, what's going on right here? It's weird.
Yeah, because it's an echo. It's a hotel. So what are you trying to? What are you telling me right now? I don't understand what you're trying to do. What's your inclination?
I don't live here.
Disgusting.
It's a Christian Dior outfit. I got money in my pants, my Christian Dior, a little over $2,000. And then I got my wallet and stuff. It's in a small Whole Foods bag. I have my stuff packed here. I was just staying here this long. I was just here for like a day just to do my thing. So I'm missing my ID card, I'm missing my black card, I'm missing my
Hey, Onslaught.
I'm missing $2,000 in my $3,000 Christian Dior jumpsuit. It's like, it's crazy. He's missing his red bottom hat. It's like, it's insane. And so I'm being told one thing, I'm being let on. And I was making me question. If I had just been told, no, we can't find your stuff, I'll be upset.
Oh, wait a minute. I laughed at this comment at first when I first read it. But what if it is, though? Devanya says, maybe he had a youngster in the room and the popo currently doing DNA tests on it. That's why he was not allowed to go back in the room. Well, he was allowed to go back in the room, but when he went back in the room, he claims the room was clean, like they made the bed and all that, cleaned the bathroom or whatever, vacuumed, but his stuff was missing. And the stuff ranged around like $5,000 and it included a black card. Get that, y'all, a black card.
Yo, it's not stolen, it's here. Yo, you know what? We're trying to get into the room. Oh, security's checking. Okay, we get security to come again, but like we did that already. So to keep being spun around, and then come at 6 a.m. and ask one of these people, and we'll go in the other room and get it, because it's definitely there. So to be told that it's definitely there, and I wake up 6 a.m., I'm not back in LA to handle my business, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. Because if I was never told that it's 6 a.m.
That was funny too. I was wondering, was he talking about a different red bottom hat? Or are they trying to scam to get another red bottom hat? You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't even be upset.
Them red bottom hats should come with their own insurance. I'm just saying, like, if you paying allegedly thousands of dollars, or even, you know, Mike Crowns, he makes hats and stuff, and his hats, well, their crowns range about $125, right? I think that that's cool. But when you're paying like $500, $600, $700, $800 for a motherfucking hat, that bitch better come with insurance, an alarm system, the fuck. I don't care. If I made it to be a millionaire, I'm not going to be out here frivolously spending my money. I'm going to make sure that I create generational wealth so that my grandchildren and their grandchildren can be straight off that $1 million.
I would just be like, damn, my shit's stolen, I'll file a report. I try to do it whatever way I gotta do it and handle it gracefully. It's just, I keep getting told a different story. So now I'm feeling like anyone's telling me anything. Anybody would feel like that if you ever lost your ID or in your credit cards and you're in another state that you don't live in and you're being told, oh, it's here, don't worry about it. And then you're told, we don't got it. Then you're told, we can find it. Then you're told it's in another room. I'm like, every time, I'm like, oh, we got it.
And that's a fact, too. See, I wanted to hear from y'all, okay? I had come to this conclusion and all that, but Ms. La said, first thing you do if you lose a credit card is call the credit card company to cancel. It's easy, baby. What? It's a piece of plastic in reality. And if there was any fraudulent things on your card, they will fix that. I mean, I've had that happen to me a couple of times where I bank at. I went to the bank one time. It was $700 missing out of my shit. Somebody allegedly went to a Starbucks and withdrew $1,100. Not a Starbucks. It was a Dunkin' Donuts at that time, I think. We didn't have Dunkin' Donuts where I lived at. So the bank automatically gave me my $700 back and, sent me a new card or whatever. So the same thing is with credit cards. Like, I don't understand, like, what? Now, your ID, you definitely gonna need that and some other things to get on a plane. But the fact that all of these belongings came up to $5,000 and he did not already cancel the cards, I mean, he could just have said that the cards was in the room and already have canceled them. But we know Polight really ain't smart like that. You know what I mean? He has his Google PhD degree.
So I'm on an emotional roller coaster, and I'm waking up today thinking 6 a.m. I'm gonna get my stuff.
He say the better card.
Find out again that's not true. So now, come on, man. Like, enough is enough. I would have done.
Right, always on the road. You mean always evicted? This man can't. And he doesn't own no houses, and he doesn't live in a house. He lives in an apartment. Shout out to Tree Radio TV, has the drop on everything about Polight. He be pulling up on Polight, doing, recon work in the bushes and in trees and on ladders and shit with motherfucking telescopes, recording that nigga. Because he wants to protect the community that he's in, and he wanted to, find out first, because word on the street was that Polight didn't live in that same area, but Tree was like, nah, I know that park that he be at. And he told me, he was like, Queen, I know where this nigga be at, and I'm finna go there, and he did. And he recorded a couple of times. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like...
I mean, so they're gonna mail my shit out.
Can I talk to you real quick? You can't record.
No, you have to, because we're trying to get police, trying to get somebody here.
Well, we're here to help you, but
Or like,
Yes, you can. Take the phone from him then. You take it from him if you don't.
I'm not gonna take your phone. But you can't record
security and tell them something. Tell security, come down here.
We're right here. Security's right here.
So get some security that's ready to rough us up. Or
damn, that's crazy, Moon Rocker, but I feel you. That happened to me before.
those guys that got guns.
Not at Dollar Tree, but yeah, I feel you.
Why do you think you want us to rough you up?
I don't care at this point.
We're trying to.
Somebody should be roughed up for stealing my shit.
We're here to help the solution.
Like, who's the person that cleaned my room?
We're here to help
track down the person
solution.
who came in the room. Track down the person who came in the room. They could have did this yesterday.
Sir.
Do you understand? I'm going on over 30 hours that I've been dealing with this. If it was you, you'd be pissed in blood. White people would never accept this shit, but they expect us to fucking accept this shit.
Now comes out the racism. But you needed these white people help though, right? What the fuck?
Y'all would be pissed in blood.
He's also showing, the younger people that may idolize this man, if there is, that would be scary, right? Given his charges in his past with younger adults, right? Not adults, younger, almost adults, but still teenagers. But he's basically telling them that it's okay to do this if you don't get your own way. If you don't get your way on the scam shit that you concocted, I guarantee that there was no cards, there was no red hat missing, none of this even happened, but they needed to extend their stay and they had no money.
Blood.
Sir, I have no idea what's going on.
What's going on is my shit been taken and the proper steps hasn't been taken until you start fucking turning up.
What's been taken?
Right.
My black card has been taken. My metal amen.
Yes, that is true. Kiki said, thought he loved white folk. That is true, allegedly, because he has been seen in numerous, occasions or whatever with white women or white people. He does say that he'd rather work with white people. I can't remember if it was the Russians or some shit like that, that he's been working with lately. Germans, I think it was. It was something like that. But, versus his own people, because we so ratchet and messy and we hold him accountable and we don't let him fuck our children, that type of shit,
Card has been taken. My $3,000 Christian Dior album been taken. His red bottom has been taken. $2,000 that's in my Dior joint is taken. I don't live out.
It was some Caucasian type of folks as well, though. The Cubans, yes.
Out here, I prolonged staying here because I was told it's not stolen. It's in another room. Then I find out, well, you know what?
Yes.
We don't got access to that room.
Yes,
then they say come at 6 a.m. and then we'll take it out the room. Now we come here. It's like the room don't exist. So
thank you for pointing that out as well. He's playing a dangerous game, and I'm gonna equate that to he's playing a dangerous game because if the police would have came there and this would have escalated, they would have ended up shooting him or something unfortunate would have happened. Like, I don't want Polight to die in that way. I'd like him to get sentenced to the death penalty for all the people, you know what I mean, that he has abused and shit like that, all the children. But that probably won't happen. But I'm just saying, like, dude, man, what he's doing right now is very stupid. And not only if that doesn't happen to him, but let's say one of his followers replicates, even if they're grown, replicates the same type of behavior. The police come, the situation gets out of hand. They had a warrant they didn't know about. Now it becomes a tussle. Somebody gets shot. You know what I mean? Then we gonna be up here talking about, you know what I mean? Say his name or some shit. It's stupid. I mean, this man is showing me no type of consciousness. And not saying that because you're conscious or whatever, that, you're perfect in all aspects. But you definitely shouldn't be filming this on social media to people that, are probably younger and maybe vulnerable minded even. Obviously, because they follow him. But, you know what I'm saying? Just period. And then just the whole altercation, it just seems very off.
Be upset because you would be thinking, oh shit, I'm about to get my stuff. If I was just told straight off the rip, your shit's stolen, cool. If I was told straight off the rip,
yes,
we trying to find the person who cleaned your room and track everything down, that'd have been cool. But we've been getting spun around all day. Security's coming to your room. We wait an hour.
Is that what he wants, to become a martyr? If he dies in a hostile situation? I mean, Polight, we know that you scared as hell. You got court coming. You know what I mean? There's probably other things going on in the background that we don't know about yet. You're worried about that coming out. You're stressed out. You got to scam all the time to pay your legal fees and to, keep those chicks in, this apartment that you guys live in. You know what I mean? All this. It's crazy.
We had to call back.
When was this?
Yesterday.
What time?
But now with him working with allegedly the FBI, right? That's what he claimed. If somebody touch him, is he kind of like protected? You feel what I'm saying? Because let's say somebody's mad that he scammed them and they find out his whereabouts and they touch his ass, give him a pat on the back, right? Pull up on him. Are they in like double danger now because they have harmed an FBI informant?
What time was it about? 4 o'clock? 4:30? Security's come to your room. We wait an hour.
Or at afternoon?
In the evening.
Okay.
So we like, okay, security's coming to the room. Fine. I had to call back. I said, it's been an hour. Okay, security's coming to the room. We waited 45 more minutes. Security came. Security then tells us, I'm going to check lost and found. We wait another 45 minutes.
Right. It is very true that, just saying, he could have been on the phone with one of the wives or one of the wives' friends or that white lady that he had in the dashiki and all that. And she could have been playing the operator. whole time. We don't know who was on the phone.
We called. We like, yo, hello. They said we're gonna send security room. I said we did that already. They came. They said you're going to lost and found. Only to find out there's no communication. Ain't nobody went nowhere. Another hour goes by. I asked him to go down. I don't want no problems. I said I'm gonna work the lines. You talk to people here. Oh, you know what? The person who did your room, they didn't put that your stay was extended. They didn't show us the 3-letter code. They said something like that. There's a 3-letter code that lets you know that the person extended their stay. So whoever did it was sorry. They made it look like you checked out. So the person took your belongings and they put it in a room where we put your stuff. So I said, understandable, mistakes happen. So how can we get it? Oh, we about to go to the room. Then they say we can't access the room because whoever deals with that, the room is locked away from us. So I said, what is the emergency?
Oh.
Break the locks.
Okay, he did. He got the lawyers from the Colombians. Okay. Thank you for that info.
They said, we'll mail it to you tomorrow. I said, you know what, I'll wait. They said you could come back 6 a.m.
That's a fact.
They said you come back 6 a.m. They gave me a $200 voucher and they said ask for Amelia, and the person who helped us was named Arnold. All the way over there. So I said, okay, boom. I'll wait till 6 a.m. to prolong my trip just to get my stuff. It's my credit.
You do, Moon Rocker? You think he's being forthcoming? I mean, he might be. I'm just saying, it was just, I wanted to be petty a little bit.
It cards and ID. So I'm like, I'll wait. Right. Boom. So now we come in the morning, and we was told your stuff is not stolen. It's in this room. Oh, it's not in that room. It's in another room. It's locked. But you can come get it 6 a.m. So now we come in the morning. Thank goodness our stuff is here. It's locked in another room. I'm showing this is the person I'm supposed to talk to. Nope. Everyone's totally oblivious to what we're talking about. Apparently, our belongings is not here. So now it's like, come on. We was mad patient the whole time yesterday. So 4 o'clock in the afternoon, we was super patient. We didn't complain. We didn't cry, we didn't complain, we didn't yell, we didn't scream. We didn't call for a police report because they said it was never stolen.
Police is coming to meet with you.
Yes.
We have an area, announced. It's a guest relations area. Can we go down there and then you guys can chill?
I don't mind.
Your friend,
I'll stop. It's all good. It's all good. We can stop.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you. I just want some kind of results or something.
That's what we're
like shit. I don't even deal with this type of negativity. I'm not that type of person. I wait.
Oh, you don't? No, you just rape children. That's all.
What's your name?
Everybody calls me Polight.
Polight?
Yeah.
My name's Davin.
Davin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thank you. Thank you.
Oh, and scam. We can't forget scamming.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? Like at this point,
we can go like back of house.
Yeah.
So, and take you to guest relations, all right?
All right.
Look, I want to let you know that we want to take care of this. We're not gonna not take care of it, all right? So.
They just really want him to shut the fuck up and get out his lobby. This hotel got money to compensate him anyway, and that's why I'm saying I don't know if I believe him. See, that's what happens when 99.999% of things that come out of your mouth is a lie. When you are telling the truth, nobody believes you.
Yeah, it's like crazy, man. Like shit. I'm trying my best to just tell us something sensible. Even if they said our shit was missing the whole time, I would have been like, all right, bet it's missing. We just that's life. Stuff happens, people steal. But damn, giving us the wild goose shit, making us that we think we gonna get it? Come on, man. Making me stay here another day, every day staying here another day. Like, come on. Shit.
So that's that one. Hold on, let me get the other one ready. It's some crazy shit going on, bro. I don't know. It didn't look right to me. Okay, it just did not look right to me. But I kind of wanted to talk about this one as well because I don't know. All right, the name of this one is pay $2,000 and get $100,000 plus in credit, Brother Polight. Now, as we know, Brother Polight mixes the truth with his scams. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that everything that he's saying in here is a lie. However, coming from Polight, everything is suspicious to me. So let's take a look at this as well.
It's 14 years that you go to school and you don't learn nothing about food, clothing, or shelter. You don't know how to sew, you don't know how to crochet, you don't know nothing about nutrition, you certainly don't learn about real estate. But you're supposed to function as an adult by the time you graduate. So you know it's a complete setup. And I'll also let you have to know this, that wealth begins at over $150,000 a year, and poverty begins for a family of 4 at $32,000 a year, and for an individual at $15,000 a year. So there's a whole $100,000 gray area between poverty and wealth, and only 5% of Americans will acquire wealth in this lifetime. but may not necessarily be able to obtain it or keep it. Think about that. Only 5%. It's 327
Salute Misfit 34.
million people that make up America, the American populace that is, and only 5% of them will actually be able to.
I do not know how he came up with that name. That is a good question, because he definitely ain't polite. I mean, scamming is never polite. Touching on children and, you know, scoping younger women, children out at bookstores and waiting until, you know, they're 16 to finally come on to them and have this, you know, I'm just saying, none of that is polite. So I don't know where that, his name is also false advertisement as well.
More
Maybe
than
we should report him to the Better Business Bureau, but he really has no business.
$200,000 a year, more than $150,000 a year. How about that? But over 90% of people will go to school, at least high school.
Okay.
So what the hell have we been learning this whole time? You see? Now, when it comes time to buy goods for me, I say, hey, put up.
Shout out to Wax Dog. Make sure y'all check out his channel. Wax Dog be over here cooking on YouTube. Okay? Period.
$2,000 and get access to $100,000 by way
Not
of
like cooking food, but I'm saying like cooking niggas. You know what I'm saying?
credit. Oh, but what if my credit score is good? You don't know what good credit is. That's a misnomer. What does that mean? Well, first of all, when you ask a person about their credit, they say, oh, my credit score is, why are we talking in singular? What do you mean by your credit score? You should tell me what your credit scores are. That's one. Secondly, the only credit scores you mostly are familiar with is TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, and FICO. But you don't realize you have a traffic score. You don't realize you have a pharmaceutical score. I give you an example. Let's say...
Bro, is he serious? Listen to this shit right here. Now, like I said, he sprinkles in some gems, and then he comes up with lies that lead into his scams. But peep game, y'all. This nigga is crazy.
A woman gets her breast done, and she has to get some muscle relaxers, and they prescribe to her Percocets, and unfortunately, Percocets is a popularly abused drug. So her pharmaceutical score goes down because there's a correlation between people that use drugs that's most commonly abused and debt or misappropriation of funds. People that have a tendency to use drugs like Valium or Percocets, these are people that have a tendency. There's a higher ratio that you have a problem paying your bills or paying your debts off when you use drugs that are popularly abused as opposed to drugs that are not popularly abused.
So what about the highly functional addicts that, you know, are judges, lawyers, doctors, nurses? Not saying all of them, but I'm just saying CPS workers, you know, and politicians, they work for Social Security. You know, what about these people that fly under the radar? Now, yes, if you continue to abuse drugs and you're like flagged, let's say you go to the hospital and you keep asking for painkillers, the hospital will flag you, they'll red flag you. So now whenever you go to another hospital or that hospital, it will come up that it's believed that you use drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like you're abusing pharmaceuticals.
How about that? Let's say you get a bunch of traffic tickets because you have a traffic score. So let's say you get running a light, parking violations, so forth and so on. Let's say you just get a whole bunch of crazy tickets. These are called traffic scores.
Those scores right there that he talked about, all of these traffic things, if you do not pay your traffic tickets, ultimately it will come out of your taxes, or, you know, if they wanted, I guess they could garnish your wages. But what is he talking about, a traffic score? Obviously, we know that licenses, right, to drive is kind of like a score. When you look at like endorsements or other type of things, you know, added to the thing. But what is he talking about here, though? What is going on?
Right? And so they then get this data, consumer data aggregates, right? So the aggregation is all about finding out the predictability of the consumer. That's what this is about. We want to find out the predictability of the consumer. We want to be able to read the future before we even give them any money. So here it is with the traffic score. What would you give up if you realize you need your car to go to work all the time and your car is super important to your lifestyle? let's say your car is in jeopardy because it got towed because of all your traffic tickets and violations. Would you be like, hey, what are you going to use if you ain't got the cash? You're probably going to use your credit card. And so people that get a lot of traffic tickets, they are more likely to go in debt or not pay their bills as opposed to people who don't get traffic tickets, because after all, these traffic tickets are miscellaneous bills.
Facts, Moon Rocker. He clearly just running his mouth. But the fact that this title was pay 2,000 and get 100,000, that sounds like some type of definitely scheme, but like a, you know what I'm saying, like a pyramid scheme or some shit, some Ponzi type of shit. You know what I mean? We know that he needs the money to keep up his way of life, you know, to front for Instagram and act like he's spending all this money in stores, which he is. He's spending his money that he's got from scamming people. He has no other business going on. And, you know, pay his rent, you know, well, his wife's rent, you know, who he lived with. And then also, you know, the attorney fees or whatever. I don't know how much the Colombians, if they even paid for it or did they just direct him to this attorney. I don't know. So I'm just saying, you know, the cost of living. I would chalk it up to that.
After all, these traffic tickets are miscellaneous bills. And so we realize, or they realize, there's a higher probability you won't pay your bills on time or off completely if you're the type of person, let's say, that needs muscle relaxers that's prescribed to you and you got traffic tickets. How about that? So
your life is fucked up and your credit is going to go down and all these aspects that get the fuck.
Have over 30 other scores that they don't tell you about. Atmosphere scores, likelihood of you dying because the atmosphere isn't healthy.
For real, atmosphere scores, for real.
So what I'm saying is,
because he probably gonna do a consultation with you. You gonna give him all your personal information, because the only way that he gonna find out all of these things, you gotta give him birth date, full name, social security number. Let's get to the basis here, right? And then he gonna come back and tell you you got traffic scores, pharmaceutical scores, and you probably gonna admit to some shit. He gonna con you into believing you a motherfucking addict, okay? I don't know. And then tell you that your atmosphere score is too low, and if you put an extra $5,000 on it, he could wipe it off for, you know, away for free, and you could have like a $900, you know, a 900 credit score or whatever is the highest amount. I don't know. I'm just saying, what is going on?
When people say, hey, I got good credit, so I should be able to, yo, you got people that got 750 credit scores, 800 credit scores, and still can't get approved for over $100,000. So miss me with my credit's good, so you know, cut me a deal.
What?
What I offer to my good brothers and sisters is the lifestyle. You know why? Because people always crying, yo, you know, you the only one making the money. I feel good when other people make money. Well, this is one of my students right here.
Oop, the same goofy ass nigga from when I thought he was talking to the Germans or something. I don't know, but they wasn't Cuban. It was at that restaurant. I had looked at it on my page. I don't remember, but that's the same goofy ass nigga and the same hat. So they obviously not getting bread like that, because if they love these hats so much, why do we see the same hat over and over and over again?
He making bread.
These probably Mayweather's hats, okay? I'm telling you, and they just went and posed in the store. I don't know. Oops,
He
fuck
making
shit up, y'all.
He making buku amounts of cash with me. Did you feel me? Oh, let's take a look at these kicks.
As he shows off another man's car.
Let's see if we get. Oh, damn! I gotta get the light on. Hold on. You feel me? This Rolls Royce Diaries, by the way. You feel me? Now, you know,
Yep.
I don't want to hear shit about the white man's brand and all this other shit. Save that for another episode at another time. Bitch.
Oh, we know now. Hold on, I want to go back, because now he's gonna start calling people bitches. Now, it's been a long time since I heard Polight call people bitches, so I did want to highlight this as well, just off that simple fact. Remember, this is a conscious leader out here, you know, advocating that we spend all this money on shit that is not going to better, you know, your family in the end. This material shit, I mean, unless you plan on passing down that motherfucking hat or passing down that car through several generations that belongs to somebody else. So I don't know what your point is. Also remember that this is the same man that put a white woman in a dashiki and said fuck white people basically all around the same time. Now he best friends with them. He want to dry they shit. He telling you to buy this stuff, even though we know that even though this car is, you know, he got it from Mayweather, and he probably got some shit on Mayweather, and that's why he still let him keep the car and shit, right? Or something. Something ain't right with that situation. We could look into that at another time. But look at his behavior. Also take note that that is the same them are the same hats. Why do we keep seeing this nigga in the same shit?
Shit about the white man's brand. And
he's still wearing the same outfits from years ago on a regular basis.
All this other shit. Save that for another episode at another time. Bitch, as long as you know we making money, that's the moral of the story. Because
he just called us bitches. Okay? Bitch, long as you know I'm making money, that's the moral of the story. Why your hat don't match this outfit, this jacket? What is going on?
Because the goal is to make sure you're making money too. That's the goal. My goal is to make sure you're making money. You can spend your money on whatever you choose to spend it on.
And that's the scam. That's the scam right there. He wants to floss all this materialistic shit in people that's struggling's faces. Thank you for those that are donating. To those that are donating. And then tell you could get like him, and then you know, a lot of people, not y'all, but I'm saying people bring their dumb ass over there and believe that this scam situation, basically, I know somebody told you in your life, if it sounds too good to be true, normally it is. I'm gonna need people to use that going forward, because when people come out after all this stuff has been exposed, right? I'm talking about all the scams started rolling in, in like 2016? I believe that's when I found out about it from Brother Polight, all the scams that he was connected to. So it's crazy now when people come out and say that they're scammed. We do appreciate that information. However, not saying that they shouldn't, but it's like, where was y'all antennas this whole time? But I kind of do understand that some people, you know, might have just been put onto them and they don't research or whatever. So that's a good idea to research the people that you follow, especially when they're asking you for $2,000 and telling you that they can help you get $100,000 off of that, and telling you that your traffic in your atmosphere and your pharmaceutical score and all this and that. People need to wake up.
You want to buy
his shit should be dry over there right now. Just off the fact of he is being charged with what he's being charged with. He also has a track record of it. So that will also lead a lot of people to believe that this crime that he's being accused of may not be far from him, since he's already done it. Just like these scams. Why? I just don't understand. You know what I mean?
$5,000 bags.
Scam score.
Knock yourself out.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? If you wanna
exactly.
You feel me? If you wanna do it like this with the Louis V's and matching socks, knock yourself out. If you love your life with the Doors of Suicide, Rolls Royce Diaries, knock yourself out. You know what the fuck I came to do?
Facts.
And by the
yes.
Way, we don't close our doors. We got a button for that. We got a button for that. We don't close our doors. So you can hit me at Brother Polight 45.
I mean, Polight, your arms are very frail, so you might just like break a fucking bone, like your upper lower arm bone. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but you might break that motherfucker. You could also pop a collarbone trying to close the motherfucking doors, because I heard they're heavy. So you better be glad that they close at a push of a button.
5@gmail.com. Only contact me when you're ready to spend money and get the job done. You don't need to tell us that, oh, next week I'm going to have the money. 3 weeks from now I'm going to have the money. What we do, we send letters and affidavits to credit bureaus and financial institutions alike for the purposes of removing negative items off your report, adding positive items to your report, boosting your credit score, and leveraging your newly found credit disposition, because credit is a form of status now.
I swear this man used to be a telemarketer, because when you get them niggas when they get you on the phone, that's how they talk. Like, nigga, we is not at an auction. And anytime somebody talks really fast like that, if they're not pissed off, like, you should pay attention and actually listen to what they're saying. Because ultimately he's saying, right, if you want to do what he's telling you to do, send him the $2,000. He gonna clean up all this fake ass traffic shit and atmosphere and all that, big pharma and all that, right? Then hit him up. But only hit him up if you have the money Because if you just want to find out more information or feel comfortable about it, you should sit the fuck back. Don't contact him unless you have the money because you're flooding up the trap. Get the fuck out of here. This dude is a clown, bro.
Right? That's your new form of status. We leverage that newly found form of credit disposition, and we get you access to the bread that they've been denying you of this whole time. Here's another example. If you get a credit card, you're not supposed to spend more than 36.6%
Yes.
that of the amount of credit.
He does sound like the fine print on a contract, I swear. Or even like on the commercials or whatever, the medicine commercials, when they'll show you all the good stuff and people running through the field and holding hands and kissing and shit. And then at the end of the commercial, dude, come on. And he talks so fast, like in like 5 seconds, he didn't say the whole paragraph and shit. That is Polight. He is a scam ass nigga, bro.
That they allotted to you. So in other words, if you got a $1,000 line of credit from a credit card, you shouldn't spend more than $366.66. You shouldn't owe more than that. You shouldn't even get up to that number. I tell
$66.66. He likes the words. The what? Huh?
standard 30%.
I can't even talk, goddammit.
Don't spend more than 36.6%. That's the marker. But did you know they treat you the same way with your bank account? And you know that's not fair because a lot of you are living check to check. So in other words, let's say you make $5,000.
Nigga, you living check to check. You living off of other people's shit. The fuck?
In a year. I mean, pardon me, a month. $5,000 a month.
Yes,
So by the
he
time
is,
you have
Brian.
your bills and
Facts.
miscellaneous, at the end of the month, your account only got like $500, $600, $700 in there. You're being held accountable for that disproportionate ratio.
No driveway score, I'm done. Real estate guru, no house score. Big facts. Look at that ass nigga. The fuck? This nigga live in apartments. This man don't own a car. All he has is some little fancy ass outfits, some motherfucking hats, some ugly ass shoes. Them shoes is ugly as hell. Bro, he need to be slapped for having the money to buy that shit and actually buying it. This nigga look like he about to motherfucking conduct traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like tell them niggas where to go and shit. Flagging shit down and shit. Nigga, do you work at the airport helping planes get out, motherfucker? Like fuck is going on with all this high-tech ass neon yellow ass gear, bro? Then you offset it with the red hat, with a brown hat with the neon underneath. Or just the brown hat. You ain't getting bread like that, boy.
Expecting you to keep up a damn near 36.6% of that what you put in your account. So in other words, if you're making $5,000 a month, they're like, yo, listen, you shouldn't be spending
Red bottom score
more
facts.
than, let's say, $1,700, $1,750. They don't want you spending that much money. So what I'm saying is that's not fair. So what you got to do, you got to contact LexisNexis. You got to contact Check System. You got to let them know, listen, I don't want my bank account activity being used to my disadvantage. See, these are things that people don't...
And let me just state, I don't know that much about credit. I mean, I do, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying, an expert or whatever. Let me just say that. So I don't know, but I'm just pointing shit out as we go. We really here to just have fun and just look at a scammer in action, basically. I can't tell you exactly, you know what I mean? I hope like financial people are looking into this because, you know, it would just be nice to hear them break down all of this and call him out or whatever. And I will be looking because I am definitely feeling just my energies, my spidey senses, my intuition, as people call it, is telling me that this nigga is doing a lot on a lot of levels in this video. Not only is he trying to scam people, but he trying to also shit on people. He calling motherfuckers bitches and shit in this video. He gonna say that like at least 3 times. Now, I've never seen Polight use the word bitch so many times in one video, in a video where nobody else is challenging him. Like, it's just you and your boy. What is wrong? Are you sexually frustrated, Polight? What is going on?
I don't tell you because when you go to school, they don't teach you about credit, but yet you're supposed to function as an adult.
He's speaking
nonsense.
nonsense.
That if you had some debt coming and you didn't want to mess up your credit, you could contact TransUnion and Equifax and tell them put your credit report on freeze. Did you know you could do that? In some instances, it might cost you $5. In some other instances, it might cost you $10. In most instances, it costs you absolutely no money. But you can put your credit on freeze so no reporting take place until you cover that debt that's about to come in. Imagine if you knew you could put your credit reporting on freeze.
Bro, if you could do that, and I look again, I'm gonna keep stating that I'm not a financial expert, but I pretty much think that the word would have got out about that and people would be doing it. However, I do feel inclined to look into it. But shout out to Spiritually Twisted, salute, and everybody else I may have missed, not on purpose. Much love.
On hold, so you wouldn't have to be held accountable for the ensuing debt that's about to arrive due to your foreclosure.
His face
or due
score.
to your student loan.
Oh my God. Moonrocker said right Polight's frames that matches his face score. I'm dead. Oop, I done fucked up.
Or due to your back due rent payment. Imagine. But we don't learn this in school.
Yeah, right. You froze it for fraud, but is that what he's saying? Like, okay, because what if he get motherfuckers to send them the $2,000 with the promise of giving them $100,000, right? And then after he wipe your shit out or fuck it up, whatever he gonna do, because at that point, he would have all of your information to which he could do so, right? Any type of fraud, identity theft is a fraud. I know that Nicolette knows this, but, and again, I'm not pretending to know everything, you know what I'm saying? But, and then he tell you, oh, if you give me a little bit more money now, we can fix that. But it was him all along.
And people say, well, how come you know this and other people don't know this? I dropped out of school, so it's a great possibility. As I'm an autodidactic individual, I learn better outside the convention of a classroom forum.
Okay, and I understand that oftentimes, right? But when somebody is asking you to send them any type of money, right? $2,000 with the promise of giving you $100,000 or whatever with your credit and exchanging information, you should not do this with somebody that has not went to school for what they're promising you, especially when you cannot email them or call them on the phone and have an interaction with them to build a rapport. I get it. Polight's gonna claim he does not have time for that. However, $2,000 to some people is a lot of money. To a lot of people, especially with what we're going through now. So it's ironic that he don't want to be bothered with you until you're ready and able to give him your money, no questions asked.
In addition to the fact I TTP and TTMP, which is to talk to people and after that talk to more people, there's a high probability that's why I'm getting information
yes.
that people don't get. But by no chance am I just making this up and ending up right. It's because I talk to people and after that I talk to more people.
Okay.
And I gauge or I use my barometer to discern what's the right thing to do or what's not.
Okay, thank you, Nicolette, for letting us know. Nicolette says, he said freeze your report for 5 or 10. It doesn't cost to call them and do it yourself. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that information. So that's part of the scam too.
Not the right thing to do. It's predicated upon experience, ultimately. So anyway, I'm just showing you love. I'm about to do my thing. This is Rolls Royce Diaries. You feel me? Brother Polight.
True.
And, somebody was heckling me today.
Miss Law, that's facts.
You making all this money, nobody else making money around you. That's a damn lie. It's just that I'm out there like that. I'm more popular than a lot of the people that's around me. So it happens to be that when I post a video, you see me. But, this is one of my brothers right here.
You're not really popular, Polight. People don't really like you. You just, conned and schemed your way into getting, in people's pockets financially.
He's on the rise.
That man is not on the rise wearing that flannel shirt and that same red ass hat that he was wearing before, red and white. Like, bro, like I said, all these hats could be Mayweather's or one of these other celebrities that haven't really cut him off yet, or Polight got dirt on them, so they was like, man, fuck that hat, y'all could keep it and shit. You know what I mean? I'm just
$1,000 hat on. You feel me? He got over $1,000 on his feet, and that's a light day for my brother, and I'm proud of him. It's a very light day. It's a very light day.
I mean, I'm not spending $1,000 on no pair of shoes. I don't care how much money I have, because let me tell you something. Them shoes better last for the rest of my motherfucking life. I better be able to dip my shoe in the acid and my shoe and my foot still be there. You feel what I'm saying? Because the goal is not to become financially stable, right? To where you want to be, or you're a millionaire, a thousandaire, whatever, and then just spend your money on dumb ass shit.
The weatherman say chance of rain is gonna be light. His drip very light today. He's only wearing $1,000 here and there and there. I mean, his belt's over $1,000. We ain't gonna go there. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Wow.
It is what it is.
Okay,
I know my
Kiki.
belt over 1,000 I got on, but we ain't got to check for that.
Exactly.
We ain't judging. You feel what I'm saying? We ain't judging. Hey, you don't wear black-owned brands, they say, right? But at the end of the day, my
That's
shades
facts.
was a black-owned brand, and I spent about $800 for these shades. Rihanna's brand. My headdress.
And he's really happy of this. And he calls this hat his headdress. $800 on some glasses. My brother, anything, not my brother. It's another pedophile's brother. But you do not need to do that. Like, this is retarded. This don't make no sense. Like, it's like he got this from the rappers, and then he started to just do this always in his life. Now, it is good to buy yourself things, or it's not bad to have the finest of things. But the way that he projects this onto the public is like, if you're not going and spending $1,000 when you go shopping and buying all this shit that can easily get broken, you could wash that sweatshirt, right? And a pin could have broken there, some gum or some shit, and your shit fucked up forever. What are you gonna do then? Like, that's just dumb to me. I'm not saying that if I'm a millionaire or whatever, I'm still, you know what I mean? I'm gonna fuck with Walmart or whatever. Or, you know what I mean? Just go into little boutiques or whatever. But I'm not finna be on some glasses, bro. Them glasses better last the rest of my life. Better not no screw come out this motherfucker.
That's almost $1,000.
Yeah, he bragging.
A black-owned brand. So you see, people talk shit, but I spend bread, and I spend good money. These niggas only buy
Facts.
t-shirts for
I
black
swear.
people.
I swear, Divine.
Fucking world. I employ black people. I teach black people how to make money, and I spend high-end money on black people's designer clothes. Why are you telling me what to do with my bread? But you see, at the end of the day, when I take my pictures, oh, how come you can't patronize black people? Bitch, I am wearing black people's gear.
Call them a bitch again. But you're riding in a white man's car, and I got no issue with white people, but I'm saying that because this man was talking about how white people was basically cave beasts and all this other shit that was fucked up. Now, we know that certain white people, and, you know, there is racism and all this and that, but that don't mean that every white person is racist. But ever since, you know what I mean, what it was the black community condemned him for scamming and for other various things, like having a relationship with Renenteg. Then we found out about the second wife or whatever being underage and him courting her at the bookstore and meeting her and shit, right? Like, that's the reason why it's fuck us. It's not fuck us because we're just ratchet and ghetto and have no respect for what you allegedly teach. No, it's that because we're holding you accountable. Whereas these white people's heads you playing with, a lot of them will either have enough money to just take it as a loss, or they'd be scared to confront you, or whatever the reason may be.
And I happen to spend a whole lot of money on black people's gear. This hoodie is the white man's, and I spent like $20 on this hoodie to complement the rest of my expensive fit. But when it came to black people, I spent the real bread. Talk to me nice. Talk to me nice. Come on now. Come on now. I buy what I like. If I don't like it, I ain't gonna buy it. So when black people design some shit that
So he couldn't have found a hat for like $200 or $100 that he liked? No, this nigga is a name brand whore off of the pockets of somebody else. Somebody else, several other people, probably hundreds and thousands, I don't know, have donated to this scamming ass nigga, and, you know what I'm saying, lost their money. And he's still up here talking and begging and finagling his way into other people's pocket. Like, it's crazy.
Fuck with that represents my personality. Like, these shades are groovy. Look at these shades.
Not really. They're not all that, bro.
See, this is me. I'm on that type of time. I'm not.
Now, you could take a picture of these glasses, and you could probably find a replica of these glasses, right? Or a pair of glasses made by another company where they wasn't really trying to take that swag, but you could find some shit that look like this. Like, why did he have to tell us that these are Rihanna's glasses? Do you think Rihanna gives a fuck, bitch, about you and wearing her glasses? I mean, she probably appreciated the money. But I'm just saying, like, so is that gonna make you friends with her? You doing all this for what? And you're steering the community in a negative direction, because even if you are putting them onto money, they ultimately gonna end up broke because you're really not giving out any financial, information to where they would keep the money. Obviously, if you run around after you've made like 100,000, they watching you and watching what you do, and they trying to replicate that to show that they down, they gonna run through that 100,000 quick as hell and be sad than a motherfucker. But none of them people are gonna end up with that 100,000 because you would have scammed them first, and I guarantee that.
Conventional, hey, just wear blue jeans and some white uptowns and call it a day. And now you killing it. I'm not in that.
But what about like the drug dealer, maybe? The street, and I'm not coming for them or whatever, you know what I mean? But what about those that are doing illegal acts, right, to get money, and they're, now just focused on materialistic shit because that's what Polight do, that's what all these rappers do. That's just like our society. If you're not spending 100,000, on some fuck shit or whatever, allegedly, you ain't nobody.
Space. I'm in a different space. I don't like my shit.
Why is he need buying properties? Oh, because his credit is fucked up, right?
It's being the regular circle. I don't like my headdress being the regular headdress. I don't even wear sneakers like that. I've always been like that. I've always been different. And it's okay.
But you are wearing sneakers, though. You just wearing some shit that costs you way more than what it should have. So don't say you don't wear sneakers, and you are. We just seen them shits.
It's all right. It's okay to be different. I dare to be different. I wear the headscarves here on the side of my pants. Sometimes I wear the headscarf on my head and tie it up. It depends how I feel for the day. But at the end of the day, none of that should really matter more than you taking care of your family. And like I said,
So why are you talking to them about how much your outfit and all this costs then, if taking care of their family is important? And then also, why are you trying to get their money so that you can scam them out of it if you care about their family?
Setup. Only 5% of 327 million people that populate America would even have the ability to make $150,000 or more per annual. That's crazy. And all of us been going to school or shul or hell.
Exactly. Facts, Moon
to get that
Rocker.
education or edited dictation.
Salute,
because we at war,
Zartan.
and that's why student means the stick, stab, prick, or poke. Talk to me nice. Y'all got to get into etymology.
Exactly.
And ain't nobody giving you game like, yo, you can freeze your credit report so that way you don't get impacted by the ensuing debt that's about to come. Nobody does that. You hit me at brotherpolite45@gmail.com. I'll put it in the caption. Leave your full name and your phone number when you're ready to spend $2,000 to get access legally to your $100,000. Because what they don't tell you, you got the legal right to access $100,000 if you meet the proper credit criteria.
Spiritually Twisted, his next court date is December 3rd. As you know, when somebody is arrested for a crime, whether there's evidence or not, and the judge has, allowed for a bail or a bond, then, somebody can bond out while they fight the case. So at this time, he's out while he fights the case, but he does, again, have court December 3rd. So we'll see what happens. This is not going to be the resolution of this case. He could put in for a speedy trial or just continue on with the case, but we here to cover it until we find out what's going on, because I'm invested, baby.
And like I said, don't tell me, but I already got good credit, though, because good credit is a misnomer, because people are like, yo, my credit score. And I'm like, what credit score are you talking about when you say your credit score? First of all, there's many of them. And if that be the case, like I said, there's a bunch of people with 750 credit scores and 800 credit scores that can't get access to over 100 grand.
Ain't no way.
Grand, 180,
Facts.
220. They're not getting it because it's those other hindrances. Then you got the redlining, where it's illegal to deny you of credit based on your race.
I don't even know.
But they could deny you of a certain amount of credit or credit totally based on your zip code. But races exist in clusters in zip codes, so they technically can alienate you or ostracize you.
He does. He really does. He does. That's facts, Astro Kid.
Based on your race per your zip code. These are the nuances. So this is why I tell people set up mailing addresses, like let's say with a UPS, because on credit report a lot of times they look at it like it's an office of residential. So if you get a UPS mailing address and you set it up in a zip code in a highly reputable school district, low crime rate, where the average income is over $200,000, it's going to look like you came up inside of 60 to 90 business days. Your credit score is going to go up anywhere between 50 and 75 plus. talk to me nice. Just give
Nah,
me,
he
give me the
says
game.
he says talk to me nice, but he just called everybody that was watching him a bitch about twice already.
No, but people, people be interested in gossip more so than they be interested in making money. And just
No, we're interested in protecting children. That's what we interested in. Some people talking about the situation with Polight may be interested in just gossip or whatever. But a lot of us are here because we tired of you abusing our children. Not ours. I'm just saying the women that you run into as children. Or however you abuse children. I think there's way more victims than, just this one. And the one, we've already assessed. We already know that Renentech was underage and there's inappropriate activity there. She ran away to be with him. She didn't run away with him to play Uno, to play Scramble, Connect Foe and shit. We know what was going on. The only reason why a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman even, because I've exposed female predators, would lure a child to another state and keep that information from the mother of said underage child is if inappropriate activity is going on. We seen Renentech in that sex commercial, right? That's where children end up after fucking with Polight. And then you got the new victim now. That mother probably didn't even know anything about that or didn't believe it because she believed him. And what did he do? He victimized her child. The second wife, she was at the bookstore. He was flirting on her and shit. So I'm telling you, there's way more victims than that. That's why I'm standing up and fuck that shit. We have to have the victims back in this Florida case because there could be other victims that are just trying to see how it would play out. How is it perceived by the public? And the more and more that fuck niggas like YK The Truth go on his panel. And I heard he had to retract some shit or whatever. I guess, I don't know what headspace he's at. But I'm talking about when he was originally, going at people for calling out Brother Polight. I think that that's crazy as hell. And that behavior alone is suspect to me. Period.
This is why I had to step out of what they call the conscious community. Because I don't think it's conscious to know so much information and can't make the information applicable.
No, because you scammed the community and you molested children in the community and we're holding you accountable. That's what it is, my nigga. Y'all don't forget about the cargo scam and all this other shit.
How the fuck can you be conscious and still be broke? I don't fuck with that. And I don't fuck with people who think like that. So all those people are mad at me. But at the end of the day, let me show you the irony of behind.
Yeah, we're not mad at him for the fact that he was, they found evidence that he had 6 semen stains on an underage child. No, we're not. But he didn't say that. He said, we're just mad at him and we're haters and we just don't got money like that. We're incapable of understanding shit and all this other negative ass shit. That is untrue. But, it's whatever's convenient to tell his stupid ass crowd of people that follow him. Because like I said, at this point in time, if anybody follows this man, they're dumb. I'm sorry.
These Negroes, they all are making money off of me by adding commercials to their videos when they talk about me.
I do not have channels that are monetized, so not all of us are doing that. And if they were, fuck you, nigga. You molested a child. I'm glad that they're getting the information out. So I don't give a fuck who does videos about you and how many videos are monetized and how much money people make during said video. You need to be exposed.
So it's crazy. I'm wrong for going out here to make money, but the irony is they got to use
have a
my
gift
name
for him.
in order
I
to
feel
make their
you.
money because that's as creative as they can get. Because while I was studying how to make the money, because I was embarrassed. I was embarrassed to go home. Let me tell you how embarrassed I was. To go home, my wife like, yo, he dropped the science of the pyramids. He said all the pyramidal structures around the earth is on the 32-degree line of latitude, the northern tropic of Cancer. He said that the pyramids at Khufu, Cafe, and Menku Are is aligned with the belt of Orion, Anitak, Anilam, and Mentaka. And he said the Milky Way is in alignment with the Nile River Valley and that the Sphinx is in alignment with the Leo constellation. And with all that knowledge, I couldn't pay the fucking rent. But I was talking about how mathematically ingenious black people was.
Joe said scamming in abundance. I swear that's what he manifests, is how he could scam more people.
But I couldn't pay the fucking rent after I knew all this information. I could spend.
Well, if you could pay the rent if you got a job and stopped scamming or did something, like, that's why you should go back to school. How are you expecting that your daughter graduates and she's successful as fuck when you got to look at her every day and know that you was a dropout and you're a liar? Because if she does believe that you got money, which I know she don't, right? It's just weird. How are you demanding from your children what you couldn't do? You know what I'm saying? And you complicit with the shit. You could go to an adult learning center, nigga. You got enough money, right? You could finish high school and do some college shit online even. You ain't even, since you a Hollywood nigga and all that, you don't even gotta go outside.
In circles around people on just black history alone. I could talk to you about the Moors in Spain and what we did during the fucking so-called Black Plague.
Right.
I could talk to you about the works of Theophile Binga, Sheikh Anta Diop, Jewel Pooper, Francis Cress Wilson, John Henrik Clark.
He's on some, let me just yell out, leaders in the black community, former leaders of the black community or current leaders of the black community randomly. Oh, big mouth ass nigga.
I can go on and on with the people whose literature that I read, and I still couldn't make a fucking dollar to fucking pay my rent after I read all those powerful books by all those powerful people.
Yet you sell books and you think people should buy your books. Well, not right now because you claim that your website been hijacked. But no, in reality, the business arrangement with you and the person that made said website fell through. And I hope that the person backed out, because you're a predator and I wouldn't want to help a predator at all. So I hope he also reneged on that contract. Like, fuck you, nigga.
Because nothing that I read really contributed to any of those things. Maybe it came close when I read Claude Anderson's book, Powernomics.
Facts.
Maybe it came close, former senator brother, who makes the effort to teach about economics. Came a little close, still ain't have the science, but put me in the right direction nonetheless. I sacrificed my youth studying so that my children would never feel the bitter sting of poverty that I had.
He sacrificed his childhood to study, right? Yet he dropped out of high school or whatever school. I can't even remember what grade he said. What was it, 8th? And you did all this for what? Hold on, let's go back. This nigga be putting his foot in his mouth.
Put me in the right direction nonetheless. I sacrificed my youth studying so that my children would never feel the bitter sting of poverty that I had to experience.
So you just became a scammer because you wasn't researching shit. Clearly. Right?
It wasn't all designed to get jobs. Some of us got peasant genes, so some of us gonna have to do that and be content. Drive Uber, let them beat you in the head, tear down your own fucking car, drive it for
So now he's calling people peasants because they're not scamming like him. I wish this was the old days when you did something and, paraded it around, you got your head bust. You know what I mean? Because I bet you Polight's head looks nice when it's busted.
fucking hours and make them convince you that, you're living, let's say what they say, as an entrepreneur. But it's cap. You ain't living as no fucking entrepreneur. It's cap. It's super cap. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the rest of these Negroes that'll tell you, anytime a black man is doing something great or making money, he had to use somebody, he had to steal something. There's something he had to do that's incongruable.
So you're saying that all these people that have already said that you a scammer and they done put their information out there, even though they probably felt vulnerable as hell, embarrassed in a motherfucker, you saying all these people is lying? And what about the ones that didn't come forward because of the same reasons I just said? I mean, it wouldn't be easy to come up here and, admit some shit like that, especially if you lost a large amount of money.
But they never could believe that, hey, you did it through your own genius. Because that's how low black people think of themselves, because they figure they have no talent, they have no abilities or capabilities, so they do that to other people.
Wow. Just wow. Wow.
Real rap. Real rap. Everybody Everybody want to be rich. And what the fuck is wrong with that? That kind of mentality is why niggas is poor and ain't got shit. We don't got time for that kind of conversation. So anyway, you hit me at brotherpolite45@gmail.com.
Damn. So anyway, hit me at brotherpolite@gmail.com. Look at that.
You spend your $2,000, get access to 100 grand, repair your credit, and make sure you stop being alienated and ostracized every opportunity you get. Again, you don't have to contact us and tell us, I'll be ready next week. You don't have to contact us and try to play the game to sound smart after you realize, hey, I ain't got the bread. I was just trying to talk to this nigga for a few minutes. Don't do it because it's not.
Is it that, or was it that the people that were reaching out to you, again, wanted to feel comfortable with giving you a kind of large amount of money to some?
Not fair to the other people that's ready to be in go mode and make this bread.
I mean, I know people that don't even have $2,000 in their bank account to give that. They would have to go find that shit. Let's be real. I know people that are well off. I know black people that own businesses. I know people that, not no millionaires, but I know some thousandaire motherfuckers, okay?
Don't do it.
Couple of $100,000. I know that.
It's not fair. It's not fair. And don't say a brother didn't come out his way, go out his way to tell you what the game is. I went out my way to tell you what the game is. I put the game.
You went out your way. No, what you did was you went on Instagram and set up your live and went live. That's not going out of your way. And regurgitated the same type of... Y'all don't peep the telemarketer tease here. You know how, like, you tell them you good, right? They call you for a product or whatever. They called you about a turtleneck or something. I don't know. First thing that came to mind, right? And then you try to, like, nah, I'm good. I got enough turtlenecks or whatever, right? Credit cards or whatever. And then so they're like, well, the life of this turtleneck or the, you know what I mean, whatever they trying to sell you, now they go into a whole rebuttal mode, and they either trying to make you feel like kind of guilty in a way or persuade you in another way to still get the product, to minimize maybe the amount of it, or, you know, finagle. It's finesse, you know, finesse.
Out there. Because we be like to say, yo, niggas is making money, but they're not putting people on game. So our people are stuck. Stop saying that. Get your bread
right,
together
exactly.
and do your thing. And for those of you that's like, yo, but I don't know, it's a lot of money. Did you feel like it was a lot of money when you bought them sneakers that don't appraise for nothing?
That's facts. Now, that's part of body language as well. You know what I mean? Again, I just came here to really be funny. So I'm just clicking between screens to see what y'all saying, post y'all comments and shit, but being kind of lax. That's why I want to go back to the way that I normally go live. But, like, one thing about it is, you know, there's a lot of ways to tell somebody telling the truth. Now, if somebody has, like, ADHD or some type of other, you know what I'm saying, issue or whatever, they may not look in the camera or whatever, or may look around at times. But just the way that this whole time he has, like, literally avoided looking at the camera. And that's because, in reality, he would see himself. He know that he a liar. He know that he avoiding himself. He got to come on here and do it. And he probably feels like a dirty little slut when he's done.
Did you feel like, wait, when you,
or not.
when you bought a fit cap that didn't do nothing for you? Did you feel that way?
Wait a minute. Hold up. So these big ass sombrero hats that you wearing, sir, is going to do what for them? Spending $1,000 on this sombrero hat. Okay? This, like, motherfucking, I don't know what the fuck, okay? I'm just saying, sombreros come kind of to mind. It's a shortened sombrero, okay? It's a circumcised sombrero. He's wearing the circumcised sombrero, and he's trying to tell you that fuck that fitted hat. That fitted hat did not do nothing for you. But this circumcised sombrero, bro, it's going to change your life, and it's going to do a lot for you. It's going to clean your house, it's gonna wash your dishes, it's gonna wash your car, it's gonna drive you to work.
Asked you up to get the student loan, now you owe $80,000? You ain't say, yo, I had a brother say,
salute, Chopper.
Yo, I'm putting a lot of faith, I'm putting a lot of trust in you. So brother, I said, yo, nigga, keep your bread. Keep that. If you going through all of that spiritually.
He does. I'm not gonna run it back though. I don't know where to run it back to, but yeah, he does though. He does.
Your bread. Do your thing.
This he when he does look at the camera, it's very short. When he gets to lying, that's when he looks away and looks all that other shit. But when he's like sneak dissing and all that, or, you know, just random portions, he'll look at the camera. But not when he's like finessing. You know what I mean?
Because you ain't do
or
that.
Or trying to finesse.
With the white man, when he beat you in the head and sold you a house that you couldn't afford, and he knew in 3 to 5 years you would go bankrupt. Because they already did the data analytics to know that you couldn't afford the property, and they worked hard to make sure that you'd be approved for a loan that you couldn't afford. Because they know, historically, based on your...
Now, I don't know if that's true, because allegedly what he's about to say, based off like your zip code, some shit with your credit score or some shit.
Credit?
What?
Ain't nobody trust you with fucking $5,000 credit card. So how the fuck did you get approved of a $400,000 property? If you really got approved of a loan that's equal to the amount that your property's worth, how can they even put the cash in hand?
Me and my king is, well, we on the fence about buying a house right now just because of like the market and shit or whatever. I've been told it's kind of not really a good time. But we got approved for over a $400,000 house. And I'm not a millionaire. I got money and shit. I ain't broke, but I ain't no millionaire, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no millionaire at all.
And allow you to
I ain't even 100,000 there. So what is he talking about? And my credit score is about 6 something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, what is he talking about?
The property yourself. Because the cash never existed until you start paying it back. They use real cash when you work off your labor to pay back the property.
Sombrero.
Them
Sombrero, bro.
All the money that they approved you of the loan for to get your property that you're paying back. Because the money never existed in the first place. But you trust these motherfuckers over your own people. You trust them.
Why should they trust you? You've already scammed already.
That's why I will not be denied. I don't let nobody talk to me stupid. I don't let nobody play no games with me, King. So when it be sound like I got an energy or an attitude, when I get a chance to talk to people, because I like to talk to people. But when it sound like I got a vibe, it's because I know my people very well. They let this beast talk them into things that they can't afford and fuck up their credit.
What? Sir, these glasses ain't even behind your ears at this point. Why? Because they're not yours. These probably one of his wife's glasses. Talk about these Rihanna glasses. Okay? These glasses are going up right. Y'all can't even see. Oh, can't. You can. Okay. These glasses are going up right here. This nigga ear is way down here. It's about 2/4 of an inch. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, what the fuck, bro? Why is there this big space, first of all? But he just said that shit. He just said that the beast is trying to send you off to buy shit that's gonna fuck your credit score up. And he trying to get your money so that he can buy shit and fuck your credit score up. Listen.
Talk to people because I like to talk to people. But when it sound like I got a vibe, it's because I know my people very well. They let this beast talk them into things that they can't afford.
Facts.
Fuck up their credit. When I look on their credit report, they owe $100,000 for this, $200,000, $300,000. I said, damn, bro, you must have been a millionaire.
He is the beast. That's facts.
You never was a millionaire?
Telling on himself.
So how the fuck are you in?
You ain't a millionaire. You can't have the money that you have buying these fucking $1,000 hat, $800 glasses, $1,000 shoes, and all this and that, yada yada, right? But you don't even own a house. And you get evicted from your apartment. So please tell me why you can't cover your rent. You've been evicted several times, my nigga. The fuck?
Debt in 6 figures. Because the money never existed. The student...
Just the fact that this nigga got a kid in New York that he can't be around and the court said that, he should not be allowed in our community.
The loan you got approved of, the money never existed. The mortgage that you got, the money never existed. The only thing that exists is your fucking labor when you bust your ass and you get a check, and every time you pay them something, that money is real.
I mean, he wasn't even the mother. It's not like it was hard times on him and, you know what I'm saying, an unfortunate event happened. This nigga was just a father, not even in the fucking relationship with the child, and he just got his rights took because an event allegedly happened. I don't want to go into it. I don't remember all the details, but I'm just saying, it was some fucked up shit.
That's the only real thing, your work. You a transmitting utility. We might have to put a lien on your transmitting utility. We might have to file a UCC-1 financing statement. But that's that secure party talk. And you let these people tell it, and they're going to think I'm spooking you out. So I'll leave it alone. But they ain't going to teach you about the Uniform Commercial
Salute the information, man. How you doing? How you been? Salute.
Code in school either, even though it's the law that governs all secure transactions. Let me stop. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop because I'm going to just go on a rant and a tangent. And at the end of the day,
You already did that. You done called people bitches about 3 times.
people gonna be like, yo, he don't give no...
And call niggas broke for not having what the fuck you scamming somebody for. That's like a hoe, right? A thought telling another woman, a woman, that she ain't shit because she don't have what she fucked an old man for. You know what I'm saying? On some prostitution ass shit. And she doing it because she want to. Now, I also advocate for people that are, I ain't never been a prostitute, but people that are prostitutes and they're being pimped or they don't want to be in it, sex traffic, whatever. I'm not talking about those type of prostitutes. But there's a lot of those type of prostitutes online that'll tell you you not shit because you don't have what they have, but behind the scenes, they sleeping with an old ass man that shits on himself. I don't know. I'm just saying.
knowledge for free.
Ain't got no teeth and shit. I'm just saying.
And that's just because a lot of this shit be going over people's heads. They don't even take the time out to just look up mortgage hypothecation. Look up QRP, a qualified retirement plan. It's a cash and tax deferrable compensation arrangement plan. Instead of getting them fish market, wonky ass fucking 401ks. Traditional retirement accounts and shit that those Roths, yo, get you a QRP so you behave as a trust.
I'm great. The information, man. I'm definitely great. I'm glad to hear that you're great as well.
To your own bread so you can take it out when you need to. And you can retire at an earlier age so you ain't got to be here retiring at 66, 67 to get more so-called benefits for your pension, knowing that your age expectancy or your lifetime expectancy is 72 years old as a black man. So they want you to work till you're 66 or 67, so you have 6 or 5 more fucking years left, and you're dead, and guess who gets to keep all the money from your pension? And your life insurance may as well be death insurance because we haven't been educated enough to get whole life insurance policies that we could borrow against so we can make a profit and benefit from our insurance policies instead of the only benefit being when we die.
But you also want to make it harder for people because at the same time, you want to scam them out of the little dividends they do have when you can. So all that. You're not making a way for anybody's life to be changed or, you know, information to be brought so that they can change their life. You're providing a fake service, which is actually a scam, and then guilting people that cannot afford it, you know, if they did think you were legitimate.
But this is adult conversation because these pro-black brothers and sisters will beat you in the head for a hustle so they can sell you a goddamn DVD, sell you on a stream, or get some commercials added to their video, and they regurgitate the same thing from one year to the next, attempt to change the title. They're talking about the same shit every year. They live in the same situation every year, and they don't...
Oh, is he shading SANETER? I mean, he could be shading a lot of people, but sir, you've been evicted from several properties each year. So I know you ain't talking, okay? Sir.
Don't have no goddamn shame, but they hate on the only brother that's sitting here like, yo, I found a way to get to the bag. What they say, yo, Polight know too many things, so that nigga don't know nothing.
No, we said you were a scammer. And you're not the one dude that's trying to help anybody to a bag. You are the last dude that anybody should listen to when even a penny is involved. Like, this nigga will scam the draws off of your ass. Okay, if you let him. If you're not conscious enough. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing is that he did this to members in the conscious community. And it's sad that they were scammed, but it's sad that they were scammed because when another opportunity presents itself, they will probably be very doubtful of the situation and the person and all this and that. The next person behind Polight that's actually, you know, trying to offer something unlike Polight will have to jump through several more hoops because of Polight. But he did this to people that allegedly are conscious. and have no problem with this man catching a sexual offense in some cases. That's alarming.
1 minute he dealing with holistic health and naturopathy. The next minute, yeah, I do comparative studies on monotheistic
Oh, is he talking about Dr. Enki?
religions in retrospect to them being influenced by cultures of antiquity.
Because Dr. Enki owns his house. So I'm confused.
That's why I used to tell people when I deal with debates, especially when it pertains to my literature, because I publish my findings as I actually, when I debated Negroes, I would go across the seas.
Yeah.
I would go to Europe. I would go to Africa. I would take my own pictures, do my own translations, arrive at my own conclusions, publish my own works, and then do debates with excerpts from my own empirical data. Only to debate a brother who didn't have the resources and all he did was type in keywords on Google PDFs, and you can see the yellow highlights for the keywords.
I believe so, just my five. But again, I'm not like, if I don't know all the ins and outs of all that stuff, but you know, I would imagine so, yes.
Is using to combat me. I took with my craft to the highest level.
Unless it's a way to like pay it back. Oops.
And all I do is get disrespect. You know, these people will make out the crazy to be crazy when they really was the wise, and then the so-called wise would be the ones that's really nuts and ridiculous. I promise you, these people are freaking nuts and ridiculous. They're crazy. But let them tell the story. Something wrong with me. Let them tell the story. I shouldn't be with my babies. My babies speak multiple languages. Y'all see my 4-year-old was speaking 4 languages. She's now a beautiful young lady at 15 years old, playing 3 different instruments.
In reality, I think that his daughter, Mayette, is smarter than he is. You feel what I'm saying? In reality, I definitely do.
Still speaking 4 different languages. Boxes, runs track, plays basketball.
But we don't know how much of this is even true. But salute to his daughter, though. I would never come for her. You know what I'm saying? Period. She's a child.
These people don't put that effort in. I homeschool my children.
But a lot of these people that are scammers or whatever, they play off of like children or their children. And you know what I mean? So you never know how much of what anything of what Polight is saying is true.
These people are crazy. And they're out here to make the sane and intellectual look like the ones that's nuts.
Well, we may be crazy, but we're not out here raping children. I don't even got semen, but my sexual juices are not on any child. You know what I'm saying? So you could call me crazy if you want. But you know what I'm saying? Dude, you're the one out here on several, pedophilic missions while scamming.
A wild world we live in. It's enough to make you say, I don't want to deal with people, but I love my people enough, no matter how much they attempt to abuse me and disrespect me, mock me, condemn me, ridicule me, attempt to embarrass me, slander me.
Yeah, I heard that he had his own language or whatever. I seen a song that he allegedly did one time, and he had made up the lyrics, like the words, with his own language. I was on the floor. I was done. It sounded like nothing but gibberish. I don't know what was going on. I felt like he was trying to play spells on me. Okay, I had to sage afterwards. I felt vulnerable, and I had to talk to a counselor immediately the next day because I felt like somebody was like playing in my brain, listening to that shit. It was horrible.
Backbite me. No matter how much you give these Negroes, it's never enough. I didn't give these Negroes places to live. I gave these Negroes, I can share text messages when Negroes asking me for money.
Salute to real men, you know what I'm saying? Non-predators like the information man that do not want children. They want real women. Shout out to them.
My last, the very people that you look up to as leaders in this community call me for money, but never gave me no credit for my genius or what I've managed to learn when it comes to finance. Never took the time out to learn it with me, as though I ever turned them down, as though I ever even charged them. But they never thought twice to ask me for money, ask me for donations for shit they continuously do never erect, never come out with. These Negroes talking about stores and this, that, and the third and everything they're gonna create. I donate every time, hefty.
on multiple occasions. But guess what happens? They never come out with anything they say they're gonna come out.
You ain't donate to SANETER van. You ain't donating in a lot of situations. You could have bought SANETER his van. All the money you claimed you done had throughout this time frame. You buying Rolls Royce allegedly, even though we know the truth about the cars, right? But you, bro, come on now. You're renting. Those are Mayweather. That's Mayweather's shopping car, and you just conned his ass or probably got something that you could blackmail him for, like maybe he cheated on his girl. I don't know what the fuck, but it's some weird ass shit going on here about this car and this situation, the relationship that he has with him as well.
With ever. They never do. Never ever do.
No, I didn't. I was just talking shit, but I felt like I felt like he was putting spells on me though. I did. Like, I don't trust this dude.
But it is what it is. This is what we dealing with on planet Earth. This is what we got to deal with on planet Earth.
That's probably how he got money from people. He probably let them listen to that song. And then, you know, if you listen to it backwards and backmasking, maybe I'll get bored one day and do that and find that song and put it backwards so we could hear what he really said. Somebody should do that. If I don't do it, somebody should do it. Somebody that's listening. All you got to do is put the song on and then have it play in reverse. That's it. I guarantee that he done said some crazy shit like, give me your money, give me your checking account number. You know what I'm saying? What's your social security? You know what I'm saying? When he was up there making up his own language on this beat that I had listened to. Like, what?
People are trash,
It was
man.
terrible. No, that song was trash, man. And the fact that you thought you were going to just scam your way into the music industry by making up babble music, that shit sounded like a baby trying to talk in a grown man's voice. It sounded horrible.
But I know some people are just amazing people, and we got to have patience for the amazing people that exist on planet
True,
Earth.
Swan. That's a fact. Where are the receipts for his donations? Donations are tax deductibles. Facts.
And some of you are amazing.
And is he filing his taxes for this money that he's making? You know, all that is important. Why he talking about he worked with the feds? What's really going on here? Is Polight COINTELPRO?
And some of you aspire for more. So how can we leave you back for a few knuckleheads that make the most noise? Because the people that's real about this, they don't do all the talking, they don't do too much commenting. That's just a fact. I took the class and I'm making hella money, no joke. Thank you, Devon Hudspeth.
I don't remember. I heard the song in I think 2016. Like when I first heard about Polight and really even SANETER and all that. I don't even remember, but it's not real words that he's, rapping. That's all I can help you with. I really do not remember. I wish I did. So that's why I'm saying I would have to find it and, go through the process or whatever. But there was some chick on here talking about in order to edit a 15-minute video, it takes 2 hours. I'm not going to say what that person's name is, but that is fucking ridiculous. I edit videos often, you know what I'm saying? Not as much right now, but it definitely does not take for a 15-minute piece to edit it for 2 hours. Like, that's ridiculous. Now, sometimes when you're working on a big piece, like if it's a 4-hour video, it has taken upwards of about 12 hours, or maybe even 5, 6 maybe, you know what I'm saying? Depending on if you're really getting up in there and making a lot of cuts or whatever. But if you're kind of just lazy with it and, or not putting any, memes in there or any type of anything in there, if you're just leaving it raw, it just depends. But that was just crazy as hell. 15 minutes, 2 hours, and she even went up to 6, saying it could take 6 hours. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I need it for later. Just put it on the counter. So that's crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm just wondering what the fuck is going on.
I appreciate you letting the people know. Thank you, sweet goddess, for saying I deserve my flowers. Thank y'all. Put in the comment section this beautiful love that y'all putting out there. But again, brotherpolite45@gmail.com. Leave your full name and your phone number, and let's get to it. If you're ready, you're ready. If you're not, it's okay. You ain't got to call us and tell us when you'll be ready. When you're ready, send your full name and your phone number and hit me up. Brother POLIGHT45. I'll put it in the cap.
The live looks like it's playing pretty good, but there is a delay. Just that's how, you know what I'm saying, recording live streams works. There's like a 15-second delay, 7 seconds or something like
Just
that.
so you can keep in tune with the math. But, you know, we got a business meeting to head to. We don't play no games. You know, we came here to do. Talk to me nice. It costs too much to be poor. And I'm too smart to be broke. And I want this to be your mantra. Every time you get up, tell yourself you're too smart to be broke. And it costs too much to be poor. Tell yourself this every day. Because all of us, for the most part, are the messiahs of our...
Facts, big facts, big facts. 15-minute video, 2 hours, like, damn. Damn.
families. A lot of us in our family, we are the only ones in our family that actually took heed to the knowledge, got conscious, and wanted to do more. We're the ones that actually invest. Yo, our families be bugging. Most of you that's online right now are the only ones in the family that just think out the box and chose to eat different, drink different, live different, actually have goals that you held on to. You're the messiah of your family. And a lot of people ain't gonna do shit until they see you got it done. But at the end of the day, don't enable them. Once you get it done, make them fucking work just as hard as you did to get there. Don't make them piggyback off of you, because you're not...
They ain't never gonna make it there, because you selling dreams.
helping them. They should study when you study. They should grind when you grind. They should sacrifice when you sacrifice. And if they're not willing to do it, when you come the fuck up, the worst thing that you could do is just give them a pass. Because you're going to enable them until they push you back. You take 10 steps forward, they're going to bring you back 15 steps back. Because everybody want to get on, and everybody want PC when you eating. But nobody want to struggle and deal with the sacrifice. Breaking generational curses. We talking about wealth stewardship.
You causing generational curses in some situations.
Here, generational wealth. Talk to me nice, man. I got so much I want to share about economics. I'm going to do another stream and go crazy. I'm going to go bananas soon. But blessings and abundance to the family. I love you guys. Talk to me nice. Rolls Royce Diaries, you heard?
He just cannot shut up. He done told us he love us after he done called people bitches and shit, demean people and all that. And now he just can't let it go. I mean, I do that sometimes, though. Don't trip. I don't be wanting to end my live stream sometimes, but I know it's over. You know what I'm saying?
You know what we came here to do? Hey, you know what we came here to do? Rolls Royce Diary.
He said he don't wear tennis shoes. I guess those are dress shoes, right? These are tennis shoes.
Suicide doors. You dig? We ain't playing no games. Shout out to my homie Millie, man. I'm proud of you. Proud of you, man.
Dude is a nigga on the passenger side of his best friend's ride trying to holler at other girls. I'm saying that don't mean that he has the bag. Just because he's wearing this quote-unquote red bottom hat and this flannel shirt that he bought at Walmart does not mean that he got that bag.
Appreciate you.
I'm proud of you.
Appreciate you.
You know, these bitches be, nobody else making money because they don't count. They don't. So I say, what about my wives? They make money. But that's your wives, so they ain't nobody else. They're not other black people. Okay, so they say, what else? Ain't nobody else making.
And you can't prove that they're making money. Especially when y'all are getting evicted. Like, you got several wives, but you managed to get evicted out of several apartments at that. Bro, what are they doing? Like, if they selling pussy, it's not selling, bro. Get them off the track. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It's not working.
My daughter's about to be a millionaire in another month. But that's your children. Okay, she's not black either. Okay, fine.
So Mayette is going to be a millionaire in another month.
I say, I start showing my other...
Why? Because you're giving her some of the money that you're scamming from other people?
Students. Can we get his social security or something? Or his real ID and his address so can we get the title to his car to know that this is what they do. But all the while, never just ask for the knowledge. Never buy the course. Never pay for the service. They want all of this proof of what other people doing. I got millionaires and billionaires co-signing me on video. You know what a Negro told me? But I want to see some regular people that nobody knows. That's what I need to see to believe that.
I mean, those people that co-signed you may have just co-signed you until you ultimately scam them. But I'm pretty sure that there are some relationships that you may possibly value because it would benefit you to value them. However, those in the street, right, that, you know, you're asking them for money and shit like that on your social media, you don't know them, and it would be a larger fight for them to hold you accountable in your eyes, Polight. So, you know, some people have gotten their money back. I would say a very small amount, but I have heard of it. But, or gotten their books or whatever, you feel what I'm saying? But if you're a nobody, essentially, he's not finna give you shit.
I'm like, bruh, if I do that, then you're gonna say nobody knows them. So they could just be saying they making money as part of your promotion. You can't win. So you can't do things, more of the story, to convince people or
Right.
to try to appeal to their best interest, because people are Hebrew miserable lights. That's what I call them. They're miserable lights. Our people just be fucking miserable. I can't stand the miserable
Salute, Salima.
lights. Part of my language, I'm turned because I'm excited because some money got made, a significant sum with the Shiva, something I told people about months in advance. My students can let you know in the caption. I've been putting my students on to make these plays.
That's facts. Oh, okay. I got you. Salute to Just My Five. I got you.
We got the new website coming because, you know, brotherpolite.com got hacked. Don't deal with it. And it's a black man that's over here collecting bread, knowing that you're not going to get access to the courses. This is just what it is with our people, man. We disgusting like that, but it's okay. I love and I appreciate you. I love and appreciate you. New website on the way. It'll be up no later than next week. And hit me up on the email, full name, phone number. If you're ready to get this bread, get access to 100 bands. You want the 9 income streams course? Hit me up, full name, phone number, and say, hey, 9 income streams course. Only if you're ready. That's $150. Only if you're ready to make this bread. If you're not ready, don't worry about calling and say, yo, I just want you to know I'll be ready tomorrow. Call when you're ready. Blessings in abundance. I appreciate you guys so much. I truly love my people. No matter how much I may look at certain things they do in this day, I just got mad love for y'all. This is Rolls Royce Diaries. Don't complain about how I spend my money. Make yours and show me, and impress upon my mind I need to spend it just like you. I ain't never complain about what other people should do with their money. I'm the type, I get it myself and I demonstrate. Word. But I love you guys. You know, we gotta keep this nice and white. You know, we ain't play no games. See that? Proud of everything. $1 million smile. As long as I got $1 million smile, I'll never be poor. You gotta understand what that means in spirituality. Blessings in abundance. I'm too smart to be broke.
What he meant was he scammed the fuck out of niggas so that he would never be broke. That dude is a piece of shit. I'm so sorry. I just cannot deal with him. Like, there's other things that stuck out, but again, I didn't want to you know, just come in here and just be complaining about everything. You feel what I'm saying? But I was asked, like, you know, like, when are you going to talk about Polight? So I was like, you know, this might be a good opportunity or whatever. But he does have court on December 3rd. I am still looking at him. I'm just not going to pull up just for every single thing unless y'all request it. But, yeah, this situation, I mean, he shouldn't be out. It's unfair that he's out. But that's how the system works. They lock somebody up on a charge, even whatever the evidence is. You know what I mean? The fact that they found 6 semen stains on that girl does not change the fact that he has a bail. You know what I mean? If he would have, like, just beat her and all this and that, there's other things that would have escalated, like him having no bail. He really shouldn't, because the last time I checked, he didn't live there. I thought he lived in California. Yeah, he lives in California. So he should be a flight risk of some sort. But ultimately, no matter how long this case takes, I will cover it. Even, you know what I'm saying, when shit gets kind of bored or whatever, we could still check in to see. I'm not taking my eyes off of him, because I'm pretty sure that when we all do take our eyes off of him, he'll really be out here doing more shit. You feel what I'm saying? But I can't wait for December 3rd. I really cannot. they need to just you know, and the fact that he has 6 charges, again, I feel like the system needs to fix how they go about protecting children allegedly, because he's already had contact with that child. He's already, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just fucked up. But we need to change, like, you know, hold them accountable or whatever for how they do it. I don't think that the judge should have given him a bail. I don't think that anybody charged with an offense on a child, whether it's, you know, molestation or abuse or whatever, should be let out, period. They should have to fight the case out in there, especially if the child, you know, obviously if the child is alive, but even if the child is not alive, you know what I mean? But just so the child feels safe, because I can't imagine, possibly, you know, that the victim in this case is probably looking over her shoulder all the time, not knowing, and the way that some of the people have acted in this situation, you know, with coming to the aid for Polight, even embarrassed, even feeling attacked or misunderstood or whatever. So ultimately, that's why I'm in, you know what I'm saying, this situation. And we'll be taking a look at it further. But, you know, I'm not like all these other people, like not all the other people, but there are people that are still just pulling up for videos for nothing on this Polight situation. I even seen it on not YouTube, Facebook. And I'm like, why? But I guess. But if you guys feel like, you know, there's something that I need to see, please hit me up at queensthrone9@gmail.com. I'm late. I need to go and check more of my emails. And I will do that over the weekend. Big Man TV has asked me to go on his panel tomorrow, on his show. I believe we're talking about Brother Polight, actually. So, and some other situations or some other things. So shout out to Big Man TV. I'll, you know, post some in my community board as soon as I know, like, what time or whatever. But until then, that's all I got for now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the chat and everybody in here. I'm just gonna end with this song. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll get out of here. But yeah, that's basically just where I'm at with it. I do have other cases that I'm looking at, as well as ones that I'm waiting to be able to show. Again, for those that, you know, also sub to my channel for other cases as well concerning children or whatever. Right now, I'm just kind of waiting for somebody to quit stalking my life and false flagging my videos, because when I do actual content on protecting children, that's when said person goes, you know, and flags my videos or whatever. So I'm just kind of waiting for that. I'm not off protecting children. I'm going to still keep doing what I need to do on that note. So I'll probably come this weekend, besides even going on Big Man TV. But you guys will hear from me. I ain't gone nowhere. Much love to the chat. Shout out to the information man and everybody else in here. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button on the way out. And again, if you have anything that you'd like me to take a look at, please send it to queensthrone9@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on queensthrone9 on gmail.com as well. I mean, not gmail.com, on Instagram, damn it. And send me a DM or something, you know what I mean? I'll take a look at it. Much love, y'all. I'm about to head up out of here.